Assalamu alaikum. Hi, everybody. It's Cleo Aisha. And today I want to address something because someone asked me, how do you go from believing one way as a Christian to totally throwing that belief away and then becoming a Muslim? Um, and I just want to say that I know that a lot of my conversation has talked about the differences in Islam versus Christianity, but truly there are a lot more similarities than a lot of people know and a lot of people like to give credit to. And so in this video, I want to talk about the similarities that made Islam seem more familiar than foreign and organize some of the beliefs I had. Hi guys, Calicia wants to say hi. Calicia, say hi, mama. The similarities is really what mattered most for my journey. And I know I speak a lot referring to Bible verses and then how we believe in Islam about the different prophets and the stories of the prophets and the lessons to be learned from them from both religions. The goal is to believe in one God. And I know there's a difference in versions of monotheism between the two, but the intention is to believe in one God. Um, there are prophets, Abraham, Moses, Joseph, Isaac, all of them, Jacob. Yeah. So Islam didn't feel foreign to me because it didn't introduce things that were like totally left field. It shared the similarities. Yes, excuse me, alhamdulillah. It addressed the obstacles in the room for me, and at the same time, it made it very clear about the things that brought confusion in my own mind and my own spirit when I was trying to wrap my head around things like the Trinity and there being three as one when it comes to the God that is the creator of all things in the heavens and in the earth. So the bridge that really brought me over to Islam was the fact that Jesus was the connection point for me. It was never an obstacle. It was never a fight. So do I turn away from Jesus now when I believe in Prophet Muhammad? Like, no, Muhammad was a messenger, not even mentioned in Christianity, which is quite crazy considering all the things that he has also done. And Islam didn't erase Christianity. It didn't erase the favor that was brought upon the Jews. It didn't erase the Mosaic laws. It didn't erase any of these things, but it instead clarified the stories. And that's what the Quran says when you read it, is clarifying the way that people have changed things. And as we all know, the Bible has been changed a trillion times. All of these historical documents have been changed, but one that has not been changed at all in 1400 years is the Quran, alhamdulillah. The things that I was always concerned about with all of these changes that took place was the Trinity, and the idea of salvation versus like your own actions and receiving because of your deeds, belief versus obedience. Like obedience wasn't really enforced, it was recommended, but it also was as long as you believe in Jesus, you will be saved. Islam pretty much simplified it. It created more structure in my life. It brought more discipline. It brought consistency and it clarified my relationship with God. It made me know, hey, you're not wrong for wanting to go directly to the source. I've always been a person in my personal life. When I do something, I want to tell on myself first. When I have a question, I want to go directly to the source. I don't want to go through all these third parties and then the message get mixed up. I'm not saying that is the case with these major prophets, but I'm just saying, do I have access to God? Yes, I do have access to God. And God is closer to me than my jugular vein. So why would I have to go through anybody else to get access to God? Especially if I have faith. And as you all know, my middle name is Faith. Literally, I can pull out my passport. So my faith has just always been so strong, so heightened. It's centered in me. And Islam really helped me clarify the questions I've had and help me remember that God is the person that I go to. God is my protector. God is my provider. God is the one that brings me the peace that my heart needs to be able to accomplish all of the things and all the purpose that He set forth in my life. I don't know why Khaleesi is screaming around this house, but she is. And then when I reverted to Islam, I will say that the people that mattered most to me, I brought them on the journey with me from the very beginning. And my beginning was a bit different because it's funny now we're going into the end of 2025. And at this time last year, I was really focused on being centered in my just resetting myself, looking at last year, the year before that, 2024, I spent a lot of time going to school and working and making money and doing a job that I hated before the money. And I was just getting over the rat race and to learn about Project 2025 and to see the election happen between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. I was just becoming very anxious about where I was going in life. And I just, as I said in another video, like I just got to a point where I wanted to choose expansion over fear. And I said, okay, like I don't like the way my spirit is feeling right now. I had to acknowledge that I don't like the habits that I am entertaining, that I am feeding. I don't like the type of people that I am allowing to have space in my life, whether that was from friendships or relationships, the way that these people have been influencing me. And, I am a very strong willed person, but I have to be realistic about is, am I living more in their dream or am I bringing them in my life, in my dream? And you have to just be real with yourself. And I was doing more of the things that felt comfortable to do with them versus the things that I wanted to do and make them feel comfortable with doing the things that was more on my speed. And so I had to get a lot of dead weight off of me, let's just say. I had to get a lot of people out of my life. And alhamdulillah, I pray that they're doing so well. I pray that they're okay. But I'm so glad that I was at a place where I wasn't clinging to dead weight, that I was ready to let go and release those things and really embody a transition in my life because the anxiousness that I was feeling, the uncertainty about the future, and I mean, the future is an illusion. It's not here yet. The past is already gone. It's not here either. The only thing that really matters is the present. And so I was just so anxious about where I was in life in that place because I wasn't happy with the things I was doing. And that fed into me wanting to let people go. That fed into me wanting to do a reset, a cleanse. That fed into me wanting to take a break from dating. That fed into me wanting to just spend time with myself and spend time with God and focus on my health and my mental and my emotional and my spiritual self. And so that led to Ramadan. It led to a fast 75 hard challenge starting out the year, which continued and ended through Ramadan. And alhamdulillah, I was led to Islam. I was led to fasting and praying 5 times a day and really praying 6 times a day because I was such a tahajjud girl. I'm still a tahajjud girl every now and then, but I swear, like those first, like maybe 4 months, 5 months of me reverting to Islam, I was up like almost every night for tahajjud, alhamdulillah. Um, and I'm just so grateful for the transition that I can look back on from this time last year to now and really see myself living my dream. Alhamdulillah. Like to be here in Africa, to be out of the fire of all that's going on in America, to be living a life that is so soft, so relaxed, so peaceful, so quiet. Alhamdulillah, unless Khaleesi is yelling. To have a secure job, to be able to work part time and be more than okay in my home, um, to be able to be fulfilled in my mind, in my heart, in my spirit. It's like a complete 360. And I've always been a very wise, smart, advanced woman for my age. But the way that my life has turned around in this last year, with the clarity that I had becoming a Muslim and focusing on my faith and strengthening my relationship with God and strengthening my relationship with the people that are leading me in the direction of the woman that I want to be when I become a mother, when I become a wife, inshallah. I'm just so grateful. I'm very grateful. And um, I know everyone has their perspectives, people that have known me from before, but it has been the people that really know me and really love and support me. They see and they see the difference in my spirit and my energy, and they acknowledge that and they have respected that. And that has been another big, beautiful blessing because it wasn't a hard transition for me. The people that have been in my life, the people that have been supporting me on this journey, my sisters, my mother, my brother, my grandparents, all Christians, and so I never say any of these things. I have nothing against them. And I have nothing against Christians. I'm just telling my truth. And they have supported me so much on this journey. They have not judged me. They only have been proud of me. They only have been embracing, who I am and supporting me and proudly, showing me off. My mother tells everybody about me and the things that I'm doing in my life right now. And I understand that Allah guides who He will. So I don't try and shove this knowledge down their throat. Even when it comes to my YouTube channel, I don't post this on my personal social medias. This is not for clout. This is not for try to convince the people that I know that everything that they're doing is wrong. These videos are for the people that are genuinely supposed to see them. And I trust that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will get them in front of the necessary people. But I also know that everyone is not called to this path. And I understand. Um, I wish it was different, but I like guys who He wills, and I trust His plan because He is the best of planners. Alhamdulillah. So that's all I really have. I don't want to drag this out too long. I'm just very grateful for my journey as a Muslim. I'm very grateful for the transition and how much my faith has been strengthened by being a Christian first and then understanding and having clarity through Islam from those different areas where I would say confused. I would say what's the word I'm looking for? Curious. I had a lot of questions surrounded around how or why, or that's kind of crazy, So I'm just so grateful for the clarity that I have. I'm grateful for the way that God has shown me favor in the midst of this transition to make me know that I am on the right path. Like, I gotta one day break down my story of moving to Senegal, but it has been nothing but the favor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful because if it was not for God, none of this would have happened the way that it has. And I would not be in this position, being able to be in this state of peace, in this state of security, in this state of just full on wellness. And so I'm so grateful and thankful to you for watching my video and being a supporter. I hope that you subscribe. I hope that you stay in tune. Let me know your thoughts, your questions in the comments below, and we will go ahead and make sure we answer those, inshallah. All righty. I will talk to you all later. Allahu Mubarak. Assalamu alaikum.